one little video with just those two, a Granger and the other kid having or Gallagher was, I don't know. They were talking, they had an apostolic debate, and then they put up a slide and started quoting Romans and stuff, and, debating what the apostolic succession, who's the better apostle? Neither. If you understand truth and you're living faithfully, okay, no one does it better than the other. You just go do it. You don't debate it, you do it. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, right? Share, care, give in accordance to need, builds the last. Okay. Thou shalt not render unto God a graven image. So when you're doing things right, you don't debate over whether you're doing it right or wrong. You do it. All right? 2 and 2 is 4. You don't debate that. It's 4. Right? Share, care, give in accordance to need. All right? And then now that's not always the case. A little child eats less food than a man who just plowed the North 40. Okay. He eats more food. Share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last. Okay. He needs more food. He's going to plow the North 40 so the little child can eat. Okay. It's just common sense and reason. It's just intelligence. And so when you understand people, and you understand necessity, you don't sit there and say we should all be fed the same amount of food and have the large portion given to the child go to waste because you're trying to be fair. Okay. Fair is being intelligent. Okay. So when you're an intelligent person, you don't debate with idiots what intelligence is. You just behave intelligently, right? And so you don't sit and debate it. When you discuss certain things that need to be done, because it's necessary to restore our ecosystem, maintain balance of our beautiful, precious ecosystem, you start doing those things. You don't debate it with people. Well, I don't think we should be. I think I should be able to build a aircraft carrier and blow people up. That I take what I want. And, okay, you're going to destroy the ecosystem to take what you want, but then you won't have what you want to take through destruction of the ecosystem. Oh, good point. Yeah, that's why you're dumb as fuck and I'm not. That's why you're elected dictator through the crucifixion, and I don't debate with assholes about a book that they don't understand how to live. I don't debate it. I don't debate. I kick their ass. There is no debate. They get the book and they quote it to me all the time. I'm like, yeah, but if I declare myself gravity and you write it down and all the idiots agree to it, does that make me gravity? No. Well, then what are you saying about the Bible? I'm saying books can be changed to accommodate the ego of the reader and the debater. I'm a debater. There you go. Okay. You do not debate truth. You do not debate the truth of faithful love. Okay. When someone is faithfully loving people, you don't sit there and debate it. I don't think they're doing it. Okay, Jesus faithfully loves you, right? There's no debate. Do you guys debate that? Oh, I don't think Jesus really faithfully loves us. I think he gave us magic bullshit to believe in and said kill each other over money because that invention is more important than your child's life. That's not ever, no, right? Okay, so I'm not kicking the hit crap out of theologians. I'm kicking the crap out of theoretical physicists, neuroscientists. I'm a rocket scientist and you're a liar. That's who I'm kicking the crap out of. Those guys debating books, they're insignificant. They're doing it for money. They sell books and then say, hey, I figured out the Gospels. And why are we not living them? Because I'm a pussy face writing books for money. My dad's trying to circulate books so we'll live the Gospels. They're writing books to make money off of bullshit. Telling their imagination what to do. My dad's trying to make sense of it because his son is the Messiah, and his son's being abused by the government that he feels he loves so much. And he's making sense of it. How do I make sense of it? This is supposed to be the greatest country in the history of the world. It's Europa. This is by far the most hideous, murderous organization in the history of hideous murder. Okay. And if you can't come to terms with that, I came to terms with it when I was a little kid. First time I had a conversation with Jesus that I was actively aware of the conversation because he was talking to me, with the televangelist preacher out of Tulsa. And in Revelation, and then this is going to happen and that. And I was like, Jesus, I don't want my parents to die from nuclear warfare, from a atomic bombs. He says, little Earl, if they do, you'll die too. So you don't have to worry about your parents dying. You'll die simultaneously. Okay, it'll just be, and you're all dead. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, stop talking to me like an adult here, man. I need a magic comic book solution, damn it. Shazam! Shazam, right? God dang, right? That's your first active conversation with Jesus, that you know you're talking to him and he's talking to you. It's being monitored by the Vatican, the Mormon Church, and the Pentagon through a orange transistor radio, which is broadcasting the horrible dumbass giving you his interpretation of the book of Revelation. When I was trying to get Maxine Nightingale and Al Green and, and Al Wilson, these are the eyes that never knew how to smile till you came into my life, do-do-do-do-do. And these are the arms that can't help reaching for you in the middle of the night. That's what I wanted to hear. Show and tell, just a game I play when I want to say I love you. Earl, yeah, I love you too. I love you too. But, so I was trying to listen to R&B music in Tulsa because they didn't play as much R&B songs a lot of times on local radio stations as they did in the Tulsa stations. So I was trying to get these AM stations that brought in, I could listen to, it had a better signal at night. And you could listen to the R&B stations in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And no, I got some whack job televangelist preacher debating whether or not he understands what the fuck he's reading. Jesus going, it's okay, Earl, it's okay. And I said how stupid it was. It was so stupid. What they're doing is stupid. What they're doing here, right across the mountains and the place where I was born. I was just telling Jesus, it's stupid. And he agreed with me. You're right, it is stupid. You're going to be the one who stops the stupidity, helps me stop the stupidity. And I was like, Jesus, I'm just a little kid. He said, Earl, you're not going to be a little kid forever. Okay, Mr. Pragmatist. Okay. And he's always been this way with me, right? You're going to do this, you're going to do it or die trying. You're going to die anyway. There's your incentive. Boom, So he hasn't changed in my head. So people, it's a schizophrenic episode. He's talking to himself. He's Oral Roberts. Okay, when did I ask you all for money or Jesus was going to kill me? No. Okay. We're going to try to torture you into the group so you accept their insanity as reality, and but you have to restore sanity for reality. Okay, it's going to be hard, Earl. See, so he's always told me that I was going to get tortured by perverts with money to stop the capacity for perverts to torture people with money. So Oral Roberts not even in the building. Space Needle in Tulsa. You see what I'm saying? So, go Titans. No, Eagles. I swear they were named the Titans. When, what was his name again? He was a leading scorer in college basketball. He played for Denver. Was it Anthony Roberts? And the other guy, Alvin Scott. Okay, Alvin Scott. Alvin Scott was lean at 6'7" and a good rebounder. Kind of a lot like Jamario Jones, but Jamario was a little bit shorter. They listed him at 220. It's like, yeah. Jamario Jones, 220. He's probably about $190. Yeah. But he rebounded. He was 6'5", $190, and he averaged almost 10 rebounds a game. Yeah, that's why the Lakers drafted him, because the way he was so crafty. It was fun watching him play college basketball. Yeah. He was just, he wasn't a good outside shooter. Wasn't a good free shooter. He was good at putbacks. He was good at rebounds, and he was a good defender. He was from Memphis. Yeah, I met him. He's a character. Yeah, a very jovial kid, and very he's a good kiddo. Was he one of Paul's and Marvin's kids too? I think so. I think he's before Christian's. But he was a character. Yeah, he's a total character. I liked him. Yeah, we only met once. He's a character. Yeah, but most people in the world today are very distracted. I was in there watching the game again. I was watching Keelan and Andre. Andre's a real good passer. Yeah, he's a very good passer. That's what makes him one of the better. He's a very good passer. For a big, it's not for a big guy. He's just a good passer. Why is it they think that 5'10" people can pass a basketball better than a 6'8" person? It's looking and then directing the ball where it needs to go adeptly. Right where it needs to be. Right at Why can't a guy 7'2" have 10 to 20 assists a game? Why not? Give them the ball, they collapse, double team, assist. It should be like making snaps like a button, right? It should be absolutely. Actually, it should be just as easy for a dominant center who gets double and triple teamed to average as many assists as a penetrating point guard that requires double and triple teams to try to limit his penetration to attacking the basket to then dish and get it to the big guys. So it cuts both ways, right? Or else, if you have a willing passer of a point guard who goes down and establishes the paint first, and then it gets really problematic. But yeah, and you got to really instill that into your big guy. They're going to double and team you, sometimes maybe even perhaps triple team you. So you have to be real good at, Jose does a good job with that. Yeah. Mario, yeah. He gets the ball and he'll start backing in if it's one, maybe sometimes two, but then when they double more collapse, then he'll kick it to an open player. He does a good job at that too. Yeah. He plays very unorthodox. Have you ever watched Jose play? Yeah, he plays very unorthodox, and so it's almost like trying to hit a knuckleball. Yeah. Yeah, the athleticism is very deceptive. Yeah, and he's just I like him. You guys ever watch Eastern games with Jose Murillo? Yeah, he's from Chihuahua, and he has a very unorthodox style in the way he plays, and it's not Andre's very smooth, but. You think people like the way he shoots. No, he can jump. He can dunk. He blocks shots. He's very. He has a lot of. What's the guy's name? Love him. I like him so much. Jamal Wilkes. He has a Jamal Wilkes type pattern of behavior to conservative energy, not needing to overdo it when he needs to protect his body from wear and tear and abuse. Just being intellectually astute and sizing up the situation, and then trying to do what needs to be done to keep himself from getting hurt, attempting to do the thing and stuff like that. And when you do that, you also, in many ways, keep yourself from hurting others. If you're not being overly aggressive and you realize, okay, if I try to make the play, I'll probably won't, and I'll probably end up hurting myself, and then possibly getting out of position, falling and being big and hurting others. So it shows a very astute and a very intelligent, compassionate way to play basketball. Yeah, no. They had the one where the kid came in and he knew he was coming in and he backed up and he got called for the foul and Andre was throwing. He was like, no, and then they told him, they were all like, look. So they're not going to review it, but it's like, no, he didn't foul him. At first I was like, what's he? He was there. He's like, yeah, he was there, but he backed up not to foul him. So he'd let the kid just have the bucket. because he knew he was out of position. So he just backed up and said, okay, I'm getting out of the way. And he got called for the foul anyway. And he was like, I was backing up and I was I was heading for the locker room early and they called a foul on my ass. It was funny. No, it was hilarious. He didn't get, the game was over. They were going to win. So he didn't get real upset, but he was just like, no. I didn't touch, and he was right. No, he did not, the guy did not touch him. He got out of the way, but he still got called for the foul. He's like, damn, I got called for the foul. I was backing up, get out of the way, and they still called me for a foul. I can't win for losing. That was funny. Reminds me of an LG song. Seems like I can't win for losing. That's why this shit's so confusing. Was it yesterday fades away, becomes another memory. Peaceful living was wishing, thinking of a change. Yesterday fades away, it becomes another memory. Peaceful living, what I'm wishing, thinking of a change. Yeah, Al spent time in the Valley, where I did 20 years, where Andre's from. He's from Mesa. When it was, she left him. It was sad. Ebony left him. She went because she wanted to be in Phoenix. I think why Ebony wanted to go to Phoenix was the distraction. Your mind. Okay. You ever lived in Sierra Vista, Arizona? Best Wi-Fi in the world, run by military intel, genocidal operation corporations. That's a hard place to live. You have to feel that. And Al wanted to stay because he didn't. They performed the genocidal operations out of Cochise County. Maricopa County is where it gets performed. She wanted to go where the people were being murdered. He wanted to stay where the people that were murdering worked. Well, if you stay right in the epicenter, and you think properly, you could probably be more of an effect to help perform the apocalypse from inside the centroid of the mechanism than you could being in the kill zones. The kill zones, you just have to depression or psychosis or both. And when you're close to the epicenters of the kill zones, you can sit down, you can meditate, you can understand what's rare, and then keep your calm. And as Noah smokes marijuana, so does Al. It's legal in Arizona. Okay. It wasn't for a while, but now that it is, it gives them some psychological and mental relief by the altering of the brain activity. Okay. And me, no, I don't use marijuana. Amy gets after me. You got to make sure. Yeah, I have to. I get depressed and I don't take care of my prostate, and because you feel like dying. And I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you you getting sick? You dying? How are you doing? Is more my concern. You're in the genocidal cesspool in the epicenter of it, and I'm on the outside looking in from the people that kill all the people in the metroplexes. I'm in a kill zone. I mean, well, they're in the slaughterhouses. I'm in the kill zone. This is where they run the mechanization to impulse the slaughterhouses, the metroplexes. And I'm in a military strategic, especially Huachuca and Cochise County. It's the best Wi-Fi transmission reception in the world, So that McConaughey Dark Tower movie, yeah. Propaganda sucks. No, that's all propaganda with the two gunmen and the Idris Elba, and that's all bullshit. And Dennis Haysbert, you aim back. Shut up. Look, do you aim to please? Then stand up for Lord's Prayer. Stop acting like a bitch with a 6-shooter. Serious fuckingly. Propaganda movies suck so bad. How bad do they suck? Anonymously, LY. That's how bad they suck. It just doesn't stop, right? And it's horrible, I still like watching kids play basketball. Yeah. Well, I had an affectionate connection to Keelan from Houston, and Um, we all know, Earl has lots of connections to Houston and stuff. And so there's a lot of affection for the people as in the wards of Houston being abused and in those slaughter zones. For me, because of, my first marriage and Trisha in Humble, Texas, and Trisha and Shelby and stuff. And so there's a lot of, way before Jason, well, it's right around the same time as Jason Lyric, yeah. But, people don't mess with me. No. It must be a pheromone thing. I think in certain ways, yes. They can be ashes and be obnoxious and shitty, but that's typically where it goes. And then they walk off and crazy old fucking man. Fuck you, you little fucking bastard. Me, I got to shut down military intel perverse operations from rocket scientists. I got time to fuck with your little trifling drug dealing ass. Fuck you. Sorry ass little piece of shit. You're the product of their shithead. Okay. They say do something, you go do it. Hey, let's make a propaganda movie about, yeah, let's take Tyler Sheridan's imagination and just amp it up. And, this fucking asshole. He's a little prick. He's a little prick. Yeah. Making himself rich and famous over dysfunction through philanthropy. He's a little prick. They're all little pricks. Trust me. What about basketball players? Basketball players, most of them are lost. You're going to be the next latest, greatest thing to pay everybody's bills in the ward in Houston. Yeah, and then if you don't come through, you let everybody down. And who's the next one? Who's going to be the next Clyde Drexler? Elvin Hayes from Louisiana, y'all. Okay. Like Benny Anders, yeah. Yeah, they're from Louisiana. Isn't Elvin from Louisiana, right? And Benny from Louisiana too, right? Yeah, Clyde from Texas. Larry Johnson from Dallas. Yeah. Those people. Yeah, I know. They got some good basketball players in Texas. Oh yeah. Arizona? Yeah. Richard Jefferson's from Moon Valley High School, guys, Phoenix, yeah. DeAndre moved there from the Caribbean. But yeah, no, they got good basketball players in Arizona. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. And so yeah, and Canada too. Canada, yeah. The Wiggins kid. Oh, what Nash? Yeah, Mr. Nash. Yeah, he's a good basketball player. Yeah. People that play basketball for money and don't stand up for the Lord's Prayer are all dumb as box of rocks, but they can be charming, But it's a brain injury induced by years of genocide. My job, I'm the Messiah, I got an orange transistor radio. I'm about 9 years old, listening to a televangelist preacher talk gibberish about what he thinks he's reading, and me trying to listen to Al Wilson and Maxine Nightingale, and it just ain't fucking happening. Now, I can listen to Al Wilson and Maxine Nightingale anytime I want, and I don't get advertising from Wendy's shutting down their restaurants, and some restaurants that don't even exist anymore, when I was growing up. Do they have Big Boy anymore? I don't know. Grandy's. I like Grandy's. Y'all like Grandy's? Yeah, I like Southern food. The best. It wasn't really Walker's Kitchen. It was a different place than that. That's up in Fayetteville. It was another place. It was a mall called, Brian took me there though. But damn, it was good. It was Miss Bowen type cooking. They put all these stuff on one plate that's falling off the sides. Damn, it was good. The war broke out. We didn't get to go back. Fucking assholes. Yeah, Brian took me there. I would have took Steffi. Just look around. This is shit right here. We never had enough money. Even to go to a poor ma and pa hole in the wall soul food kitchen. That's how poor we was when we was in Cumberland County, man. We was poor. We were living $300 below the poverty level before John McCain fixed it all. He never did. It was horrible. Yeah, they did a research on it. It made me cry. It was right when I was getting out of the service. Yeah. An average airman and his wife and children and stuff on the East Coast of the United States because of the imbalance in the BAQ reporting things and stuff like that. We're living $300 below the poverty level. Yeah. In that trailer in Spring Lake, North Carolina. $300 below the poverty level. I don't think people, do you understand what that means? It means you walk into work because you sure can't afford a car. But how do we do it? You know, I made it work. You know, I made it work. We did all right. Okay, guys, I love you. We'll talk later. If you're a good person, you'll listen. Past, present, future operate at the same time. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. I'm talking to you. You may not be the same name, may not be the same body, but the spirit, life's eternal. I'm talking to you. Oh, trust me. Holding them 2 burgers for Carl's Jr., I'm talking to you. Yeah, may not be the same name, may not be the same body, but I'm the Messiah, 1322nd Redeemer, Islamic prophecy. Yeah, you know me, right?